that is 9, 9 plus 3 that is 12. Here we have 12. 120 divided by what? That is 10. Here we go. But the value of the mean x is what? That is, we cancel 0 by 0, what remains? That is 12. We obtained that the mean is 12. After obtaining the mean, that is 12, how can we find the mean deviation about the mean? Mean deviation about the mean is equal to what? This is mean deviation. Mean deviation about the mean x bar is given as a form of what? The same of what? The data that what? xi minus what? The mean of the data divided by what? That is n. In our case, what is that? So this mean deviation about the mean is equal to what? The sum, as we said that absolute value that 2y of 15 minus, that is 12, 1, plus the other one is what? 12 minus 12, that means twice of, that is 12 minus 12, absolute value of this one, plus next one is what? Absolute value of what? 10 minus, that is 12, plus the other one is what? That is 13, absolute value of 13 minus 12, plus the other one is what? 9. It is 2y of 9 times, that is 12. The other one is what? Plus 11. Yes, 11 minus, that is 12. The other is plus what? That is 14. Absolute value of 14 minus, that is 12. What the difference? Then the whole this divided by what? Divided by, that is 10. When it come to here, which is equal to 15 minus 12 is what? That is 3. 3 times 2, that is 6. Plus 12 minus 12, that is 0. 10 minus 12 is what? That is 2. Plus 13 minus 12, that is 1. Plus here is what? 9 minus 12 is what? Negative 3. Absolute value of negative 3, that is 3. 3 times 2, that is 6. Plus what? Plus 11 minus 12, that is negative 1. Its absolute value is 1. 14 minus 12, that is what? Plus 2. Divided by what? Divided by the whole, that is 10. When you come to here, 6 plus 2, that is 8. 8 plus 1, 9. 9 plus 6 is what? That is 15. 15 plus 3, that is 18. 1, 8. Divided by what? That is 10. So the mean deviation about the mean is what? This is equal to 1.8. The answer is 1.8. The choice is what? The choice, the correct answer for this, that is D. Now let us come to the other question, that is, which one of the following compound proposition is equivalent to what? This is P and negation of Q. We are familiar that P and negation of Q. This implies what? If we take negation in all cases, this implies what? This is equal to negation, and negation of P is what? And here we have the negation of Q. We can take this negation of negation, and negation of P is what? That is P. We say this is a negation, and negation of any preposition what? The given preposition, that is P. So we can take what? Common, that is negation in both cases. This becomes what? This is negation into negation of P, or what? That is Q. Since the end changing to what? Union. Why? Because of this De Morgan's law. De Morgan's law. Because of this, which one is the correct for this one? This is equal to negation of what? Negation of P or Q, which is equivalent to, this is negation of, that is what? Q or negation of P. Since why? This is commutative. Union is commutative, or disjunction is commutative. We can commutate like this. The answer for this, which is equivalent to, is the given compound proposition is D. D ይሆናል ማለት ነው። እዚህ ጋር ስመጣ suppose A and B are real numbers, say that A is different from 0 and B is greater than what? That is 0. So if this n starts from 1 to positive infinity, B times A over n, the power of n, converge, which of the following is true? We are familiar that if the system, that means the series is what? Convergent, that is B or A over B, the power of n. N starts 1 to positive infinity, converges. When it converges if and only if what? only the ratio of A over B must be what? That must be less than 1. We are familiar that the value of B is what? The value of B is what? Always that is greater than 0, whatever it is positive, but we don't know the exact value of A. So, if that's so, to be less than, that means absolute value of A over B must be what? Less than 1. Since the value of A can be positive or negative, since A is what? Different from 0. If that's so, which implies what? Absolute value of is what? Always less than B. If it is true, then the given series converges to some values. Which was the correct answer for this one? The correct answer for this is that is B. When you come to here, which of the following shaded region represents the graph of the system of inequalities? 2y plus x greater than or equal 0, x minus y less than or equal 0, y is less than or equal 0. We can sketch the graph of this one by taking what? The x and y intercepts. Let us consider this one. 2y plus x is equal 0. When x is 0, the value of y is what? That is what? The value of x that is 0. When y is 0, the value of x still what? That is 0. So, this is equal to what? 2y is equal to negative x. The coefficient, here is the slope, y is equal to negative 1 over what? X. This means as x increases, the value of y what? Decrease. So, it passes, so the origin looks like this one. This is the graph. It is greater or equal 0 means what? You have to take here is 1 and 0. Let's take here is x is 1, y is 0. When you take this, 2 times 0, that is 0, plus 1, that is 1, 1 greater or equal 0, yes, it is true. This one is correct. Shaded region. Alright. When you come to x minus y is less than or equal 3, means what? That means, again, you have to say this is x minus y is equal to 3. What does imply? This implies that x minus 3 is equal to y. If that's so, the x-intercept for this is what? The x-intercept for this, that is x is equal to 3. Let's take somewhere this, that is 3. When x is 0, the value of y is what? That is negative 3. Negative 3. So, you have to join this intercepts to sketch the graph of this line. That means particularly this inequality. Let's take 0, 0 is what? In one region of this line. When you take 0, 0 minus 0, that is 0 less than or equal 3. Yes, it is less than or equal. So, the region is what? On this side. And shaded on this side. The other region, it says that y is less than or equal 0. Y is, that is, equal 0 means what? On the x-axis. The x-axis. So, when it says that y is less than or equal 0 means what? It must be what? Below what? Below x-axis. If that's so, which one is the common region? The common region for this is what? This region only. So, the solution which shows the shaded region, which is equivalent to what we found here, is that which one is correct? That is say B. The correct solution, this is B. Lemon, B የሚያሳየው እዚህ ጋር what we shaded here also, similar to what we did here. Few terms of the sequence are given as forms negative 2, 0, 4, 10, and which one of the following can be the fifth term of this one? እዚህ ጋር ስንመጣ negative 2 ወደ 0 ከ0 ወደ 4 ከ4 ወደ 10 ነው ይሄው። ስለዚህ እዚህ ጋር ስንት ጨምሯል ማለት ነው? ሁለት መጀመሪያው ጋር 2 አድ አድርጓል። next one what it adds what 4 አድ አድርጓል። next one that is 6። ስለዚህ እየጨመረ ሄደው በምንድነው? በሁለት እየጨመረ ሄደው። እዚህ ጋር 2 ሲጨምር 0 ይሆናል። 4 ሲጨምር ምን ሆኗል? 4 ይሆናል። አሁንም 6 ሲጨምር ምን ሆኗል? 10 ይሆናል። ስለዚህ next even ማለት ነው 8 ነው። ስለዚህ 10 plus 8 ምን ይሆናል? 18 ይሆናል ነው። this answer for this is what 18 ነው ማለት ነው። This is the first term, the second term, the third term, fourth term, and we asked what? The fifth term for this one. The fifth term is what? That is 18. Which of the following is true about trigonometric values of angles? Cos of negative 180 degree, yeah, ማለት ነው. This is number line B1. Here we have 180 negative means what? We have to move what? Clockwise. በሰዓት ተመሳሳይ ነው ሙቭ የምናደርገው ማለት ነው። እዚህ ጋር ምን ይሆናል? cos of this is negative 1 ነው። yes, it is correct. Cos of that is tan of 540 ማለት ነው 540 ማለት in the opposite of which movement ስለሆነ 540 means what እዚህ ጋር ስንመጣ ስንት ይሆናል 270 360 ይሆናል 360 ስንት እንጨምራለን ማለት ነው 540 ለመሆን 180 እንጨምራለን ማለት this is 180 ስንጨምር ያ ማለት 360 ዲግሪ ሲደመር 180 ዲግሪ ማለት ነው ይሆናል this is 0 this is what 4 this is what 5 540 ማለት ኳድራንታይል ነው ማለት ነው ኳድራንት ነው እዚህ ጋር ደግሞ ሳይን 0 ስለሆነ ሳይን ኦቨር ኮስ ኔጌቲቭ 1 ስለሚሆን ምን ይሆናል ማለት ነው the value is 0 it is not the answer that's one sin 270 degree ማለት ነው sin 270 degree ማለት እዚህ ጋር ስመጣ 90 ነው then 180 then 270 is what here at this point the sin value is what that is negative 1 since it is what third quadrantal እዚህ ጋር ስለሆነ third እና fourth quadrantal ላይ ስለሚገኝ ምን ይሆናል negative 1 ይሆናል it says 0 it is not the correct answer the one is what tan 90 negative 90 degree tan negative 90 degree means what here እዚህ ጋር ስንመጣ tan ማለት ምን ብለናል sin over cos sin ስለሆነ sin is what negative 1 ሲሆን cos sin is what 0 ነው so it becomes what meaningless or undefined ስለሚሆን the correct answer for this is what that is A. The other question it says that given vectors u having initial point what this is the initial point terminal point for u is what 2 3 for the case of vector v with initial point was 5 and negative 2 its terminal is what 2 and 3 then find the difference between what vector v and u we asked this one so if that's so what the value of u vector u is equal to what the difference of what terminal with initial which is equal to what 2 3 minus what here is minus negative 1 0 their difference is equal to what 2 minus that is 3 3 minus 0 that is 3 similarly vector v is the difference from terminal to the initial one which is equal to 2 3 minus what which is equal to 5 minus 2 whatever which is 2 minus 5 is what that is negative 3 3 minus 2 is what that is 5 what you asked we asked that the difference between what v and vector u here what is their difference is equal to what negative 3 with 5 minus what here is 3 comma what 3 what for which is equal to negative 3 minus 3 is what that is negative 6 is negative 6 5 minus 3 is what that is 2 the answer for this one is what negative 6 comma 2 ይሆናል which one the correct answer that is choice B is correct which one of the following can be regarded as a universal set to apply set of operation on the set what negative 1 1 2 3 እያለ እስከ 20 ይዘረዝራል ማለት this is what integer ነው እዚህ ጋር ስንመጣ 0 3 10 over 3 that is 15 እዚህ ጋር 0 3 and 15 are integer ናቸው ግን 10 over 3 is not integer let's consider 10 over 3 is what which is expressed in the form of what this is a over b yes a and b what they are integers yes they are integer and b is different from 0 if that's so what do we call such number we call this is rational number so the best representation of this number or this indication for the universal set is what it must be what rational number so the choice for this one is what that is b the set of integer number not it is not set of integer since 10 over 3 is not integer the set of natural number is it is not natural number since negative 1 and 10 over 3 are not 0 including 0 they are not natural number the set of irrational number these are not irrational number because of this the choice B is correct answer let's come to the next one which of the following is the inverse of x the square root of x minus 3 it says so what this is a function the square root of function f of x must be what always it must be greater or equal 0 we said if that's so this implies what the square root of x minus 3 is what greater or equal 0 which implies x minus 3 square both sides by both sides square it that is x minus 3 greater or equal 0 this implies x is greater or equal to what 3 sorry so domain of our function is what the domain of our f the domain of f is what? Real number greater or equal to 3 ይሆናል ማለት ነው። range ምን ይሆናል? the range for this one is what? Our range is what? Range of this f is what? The set of real numbers 0 to what? Positive infinity ይሆናል። ይሄን ይመስላል ማለት ነው። ይሄ ከሆነ ኢንቨርሱን ለማግኘት ምን ብለናል? ኢንተርቼንጂንግ what? x and y ይሄኛው y ብለናል፣ ይሄኛው x አለ። ስለዚህ ኢንተርቼንጅ ዘ when interchange this one, this is x is equal to the square root of what? Y minus 3. So to find the value of y in terms of x or to express y in terms of x, square both sides, which is equal to what? X square is equal to y minus 3. What does imply? This implies that y is equal to x square plus 3. So this is equivalent to what? We say that f inverse at x is what? Equivalent to x square plus what? That is 3. If that's so, if the domain of this inverse becomes what? The domain is what? The range of your function f. So the domain must be what? X is greater or equal to what? That is 0. Which one is the correct answer for this one? F inverse x square plus 3. It is correct, but it says x greater or equal to 3. It is not correct. The domain is not this one. F inverse of x is equals x square plus 3. X greater or equal to 0. Yes, it is correct. The correct answer for this is that is C.
And please don't miss, subscribe, like, and share for your friends.